When I talk to non-farmers, one of the most common things I hear is, well, farmers only have to work a month or two in the spring and a month or two in the fall. That seems like a pretty easy life.
Well, it would be. It would be. That would be a real simple. I totally agree. And it's crazy. It's kind of like saying, well, the baker, he only has to work for an hour baking the stuff. That's it. No way. There's a lot more that goes into farming, just like there is with most jobs out there. And the thing is, you just don't see a farmer in the environment you expect to see him in. You would expect, oh, he's going to be in a tractor or a combine all the time. Nope. In fact, one place that he spends more time than he does in the tractor or in the combine is probably in the truck.
Yeah, so trucking has become one of the biggest jobs that a farmer has to do. And I want you to think about this just a little bit and how yields have changed. Even 15 years ago on our farm, we were only getting 130 bushel corn average. That's it. Well, today we're getting almost 230. So that's 100 bushels difference. So just that 100 bushels trucking, I mean, it's enormous. In other words, every 10 acres, now we've got another semi-load going off. This coming year, we're going to have 2,000 acres of corn. Think about 200 more loads that have to go off a farm. 200 loads, my goodness, how many are we going to do in a day? 4 loads a day? Well, there's 50 more days of work that we just added for our farm. It's huge.
Well, trucking is a big deal, and when farmers think about what they're going to do with this trucking and where they're going to go, a lot of times the options that they have are within a few miles of home, but sometimes the grain buyers are further away. So like Brian mentioned, yeah, you might be able to get several loads hauled in a day, but if your grain buyer is further away from home, it may take even a little longer.
Well, that's what I was getting at. You know, if we can haul somewhere a little bit further and get a better price, we're willing to do that because that pays for the trucking. So all of a sudden, as farmers, we've had to get commercial driver's licenses, buy semi-trucks, and haul this stuff in many cases 50, 100 miles, in some cases even 200 miles away. Now the good news is sometimes we can backhaul fertilizer or other products, but the point is we're now spending so many days out of the year just doing trucking, and that's one thing a lot of non-farmers just don't think about. So we wanted to point that out today.
You know, one last point, Brian, is people think farm size is getting so big and it's just these great big farmers they're the only ones left. Well, it isn't true. A lot of the smaller farmers that don't have as many acres to farm may pick up a side job, and that side job in many cases could be trucking. And they may do some trucking for other farmers in their area in addition to hauling grain from their own farms.
Well, one of the other jobs that farmers are doing all the time is scouting their fields, and unfortunately they too often see our Weed of the Week. We'll tell you what this weed is coming up later in the show.